Hey, how's it going, everyone? Today I'm gonna do a hardcore challenge with a Hitmonchan. Yeah, I'm gonna use the elemental punches with a mediocre Hitmonchan and try to beat the entirety of Pokémon Yellow while everybody else are using Max EV's Pokémon. And the rival gets to pick a better starter, a Psychic type. But who is gonna be the perfect candidate to make me lose my mind? It's Hypno. If you're gonna look at Hypno as trade-back moves, you could see that in Gen 2, Hypno gets Light Screen. And yeah, Light Screen is gonna mess up our plans very much because unlike modern times in Pokemon, in Gen 1, Reflect, Light Screen can stay for the entirety of the whole battle. Yeah, nice. So, yeah. And on top of that, Hitmonchan is a physical attacker, so why do I insist to use that measly 35 base special? Well, to make the challenge more challenging. And the rules are pretty simple. Only Hitmonchan in battle, only the elemental punches are allowed. If we're gonna lose all of our PP, we're gonna have to reset. And no vitamins are allowed in here because mediocrity is here to stay. And no game-breaking glitches out of any kind of sort. It's not like we can use any of them, beside the Batel glitch, and besides, it's the Gen 1 flavor. Nobody can escape that. And, most importantly, no dirty strats. But before we're gonna continue, I'd like to announce my new party members, which are Robin the Meta God, D1D, RVY Pokemon Challenges, Tsukio, Kangisdan, Abracadabra, Speedrunner 0218, Coronaset, and Melanie. Thank you guys so much for all of your support, and I hope that I could deliver some great videos for you too. So, yeah, we help each other to get to the 100 subscribers badge. We can do it together, you know? I believe that we can do that. So, maybe you, out there, can join our journey together and join our party. And you could be announced too in the next video. So, if I've missed you or you aren't announcing yourself, go ahead and do that in the comment section down below so I can do that in the next video and you'll be mentioned too. So, without further ado, let's get on with the challenge. So for this challenge, I've named my Hitmonchan Saitama, after the legendary Saitama from the One Punch Man anime. So, like the One Punch Man anime protagonist, we're gonna do some rigorous training in order to get the win that we need. That Hypno is laughing at us, but we get a crit. Huh, that's a nice and lucky run. I feel like we can win. And he used the right move. Yeah, this is a 35 base special for you guys. Yeah, this is how it goes. We're gonna need some extra levels ASAP. So, we're gonna need to battle everyone, every trainer that we're gonna have until this point in the game. And yeah, I think that Brock is not gonna be a guaranteed win even with Ice Punch. And not only that, I'm using Game Hook to alter my moves, because Hitmonchan only gonna get the elemental punches only starting in level 33. I'll be needing that for the entirety of the challenge, so yeah, might as well use Game Hook for that. But the problem is that Hitmonchan only has 2 moves that it starts with, Agility and Comet Punch. Well, Game Hook is kind of masking those moves to be called Fire Punch, Ice Punch, or Thunder Punch. So the last move, the third move, because we don't have a third move, is always gonna be at a 0 PP. So yeah, I had problems with that in my test runs. So for now, we can only use Ice Beam and Thunder Punch. But once we're gonna teach our Hitmonchan Bite, it's gonna be masked as Fire Punch. So this time, Bite is gonna be very valuable to be replaced by another move. Great play. So let's see how we're gonna beat Brock at level 11 currently. So, let's get on with that. Oh, we outspeed the Hard Rock. Nice. And we even get a crit there. Nice. That means that we're not the only one with horrible special stat. Up next is the 45 base attack Snake. which is frozen? Oh wow, that was lucky. Nice. Might as well start a freeze counter, because we're gonna get a lot in this run, trust me. Now that I have Bite, I can teach it to Saitama, and then, finally Gamehook is gonna recognize it as a move. Even though it's gonna be with Bite's BP, but hey, it works as well. But up next is a very, very special trainer, the Shorts guy. He opens up with the rat, and the rat is outspeeding us because of Quick Attack, but offensiveness won't help you, Shorts, not this time. Then I was thinking to myself, why? Why do I use so much valuable PP on Shorts? It's just swords. So I decided to go for Thunder Punch. And yeah, this doesn't really quite KO this thing, and this thing is going out for the speed again. And yeah, finally we can finish off this rat. Up next is that snake, that filthy snake that will always ruin your early game at some point. So we decided to go with Stab, and thankfully, we're not poisoned, because if we were, it was definitely a reset there. Short said, no, I'm not gonna give you this win so easily, and he decided to go for the wrap. And you know what's even more painful than the slow attacks of wrap? The fact that you know in the back of your heart that at some point maybe you're gonna lose because this attack seems like it's gonna last forever. And thankfully, it didn't last forever, it just felt like this. And we're left with 17 HP, and the snake is all gone. Now, after some additional battles with the Jigglypuff class and the obsessive best friend of the Shorts with the Spearow, yeah, he's super obsessed with Shorts as well. I don't know what is up with these people. Up next is Mount Moon, and in Mount Moon, I decided to grab as much XP as possible. So I decided to go with the Super Nerd, the Lass, the Bug Catcher, and even the Hiker because they're all one-shots. Or close to one-shots. So it didn't take that much time. After fighting all the additional trainers, then I realized, hey, maybe I don't really need the Ether after all. But who cares, I need the Lord Helix by my side anyway, so I take Lord Helix inside of my bag and go to fight Jesse and James. Let's see how that goes. We're outspeeding. Ooh, that's good. A crit? Even better. Jesse Zack decides to go with Poison Sting. But nope. We're not getting poisoned, and he's out. Up next is Meowth. And this time, Bite is actually very effective against us. Not like super effective, but it does some damage. Let's go for Coughing. And this time, yeah, I don't get a crit, like these other two. But hey, he's using Tuckle. So, yeah, we got some great defense for that. And Poison, besides that, is a physical type. Too bad for poison types, right? This is Gen 1. So even if it's gonna use Smog and poison us, yeah, that doesn't really matter. Because he's going down. And yeah, I got an antidote, so it's not a big of a deal. So that was Jesse and James. Now I have some tough call to make. Rival 2's Hypno? No, it's scary. I'm not doing this. Or training in Misty's gym. Yeah. This is bad too, but I guess that I could do that. So I was super duper confident and I thought, yeah, maybe I should use some potions and we could train and then I should go and do Misty because I don't need the healings. Poke Centers are for weaklings. Maybe I'll save some time. Definitely not foreshadowing anything. So, let's go and beat Misty after some extra levels with the Swimmer and the Junior Trainer. She opens up with the Staryu, and Staryu decides to forget about his stab move. That wasn't a smart choice, was it, Staryu, right? Yeah, Thunder Punch here and Thunder Punch there, and Staryu's out. Up next is Stormy, and yeah, that big star is really fast. And even got a crit at his own stab move. Yeah. And I'm really smart cutting corners here because I only got 3 Thunder Punches. Oh, yeah. Might as well black out here and then, I'm gonna save some time. I'll probably am gonna be so close to the gym. Yeah. The last time that I've healed was nearby my moon. I need to backtrack all the way there. Might as well just fight another additional rocket and then go and fight Misty, and let's see how that would go. So if you thought that the next try is gonna be better, well, not quite, because we're getting knocked out because of stab, and it's a crit stab again. I know that Stormy is really fast, but how many crits can it get in one bell? I mean, come on RNG gods, spare me some crits too. I'm a Hitmonchan. Please? Or maybe I shouldn't count on the RNG gods all too much. Maybe I should ask nicely Staryu and Starmie to act nicely and give us the win. Maybe that would work. Please be stupid. Don't use stab. Especially you, Starmie. Yeah. What again was the last thing we saw there? And yeah, that doesn't seem too good. After resetting one time, I realized maybe I should use Misty to have some extra XP, so they'll have less additional battles than I already have, instead of, training in the wild. So that's what I did. I wasn't counting on winning, but then the winning attempt came under my nose. So that's how it goes. This time Staryu decides to go for Tuckle, and because our defense is really high, it doesn't do all that much to us, and we zap him out of existence after 2 punches. Our Mii, on the other hand, decides to waste his turn with X-Defend, and that gives us an extra turn to do some damage. But when he decides to go for Tuckle, he misses. 1 in 256 chance. I love this game. As long as it doesn't get to me, that's cool. Slowly but surely, the Starmie is going to go down, a little by little. But then he gets a crit with the stab move. We're so close, but we survive on red. And this time, we even gain a level because we've won. Finally. Now, we can use the 2 rare candies that we got and try out Rival 2 at level 23. Because it will make us do some more effective damage. Or so I hope. I hope that it won't fight too dirty, if you know what I mean. So, let's go to Rival 2. The rival is opening with Angry Bird, and Angry Bird decides to shout at us for some odd reason. But hey, we don't use our attack, so that thing is going down. Next up is the Sand Demon, and the Sand Demon is, he has a reputation for being super trolly. No more stand in my face. Finally. Then we got the Rat, but the Rat can do some potential damage, but it's not that convenient, but hey, it's not that much. Yeah, we zap him out of existence with our punches. Right now, we got the true boss of this fight, and that's Hypno. Currently we are on 54 HP, and yeah, that doesn't really look good because if Hypno is gonna use Confusion or Light Screen, we're really done. That thing can do anything to troll us. Like in this attempt, for example. Let's just try again. The next try, everything goes smoothly, and yeah, you can definitely see that. Let's add that to the freeze counter, shall we? But it's a win anyhow. As the protagonist of the story, Saitama did it with the power of friendship. Okay, more of the power of freeze, but hey. A win is a win. And now we can stomp everything in Nugget Bridge, so let's speed that thing up. We're stomping everything in Nugget Bridge because, yeah, Nugget Bridge is not that bad. And we take the Ether, we save Bill from his freaky experiments, and then we kind of refill our PP because, hey, we only have punches, and punches doesn't have that much PP. So it's time to face the rocket. And I hope that it's gonna be only a quick detour. The innocent bystander decides to go with our clone. The clone that actually evolves and has some better special than us. Yeah, that one. Machop. And it's not that fast. So he decides to go with Karate Chop, but hey, all fighting types have some atrocious specials, so join the club, Machop. We got jackets. And he's out. Next up is Drowsy, and Drowsy could be very trolly because, yeah, Drowsy is a psychic type, and we had problems with the Hypno. This Drowsy has Confusion, great stats, so you can probably guess what's gonna happen, right? Yeah, Confusion is bad. Okay, let's try again. Well, this time our clone decides to go with a crit with Karate Chop. Still pathetic damage. And you're still going down. Well, what about the Drowsy? Well, this time it decides to be all random like its move, Disable from Gen 1. Well, you know, in Gen 1, Disable is very, very bad. It can disable a total random move, and not even the last one that you used. So, yeah, we're not gonna need Fire Punch any longer, not for this battle. That win is super lucky and super random, and I like it. Well, let's head on to the SSN and see what's going on there. Well, now that we're on the ship, I have a little plan. Well, while our special is atrocious and we can do nothing about it, well, we can use some of the stat experience and try to raise our special by just a tiny bit. With stat experience from the lower floor, with the sailors and the fishermen's, they all have water Pokemon and we have 30 punches of thunder. So yeah, that could go very well. And some of them has some really great items like the Max Ether, Max Potion. Nearby the gentleman with the candy, there's Lass with a Jigglypuff. And I bet you never heard about her because, yeah, usually nobody is actually finding her because they don't need the XP. And today I'm gonna need every little XP that I'm gonna get because, yeah, I don't want to overlevel, but I'll be needing tons of levels because that Hypno is truly a scary thing. Now the rival has good AI, and you bet that he's not gonna use the wrong moves. No random moves in this fight, so we're gonna get Hypnosis, Confusion, and Light Screen. So, yeah, I'm not sure what's gonna be the plan, except for the usual one, so wish us luck. He opens up with Angry Bird, and for Angry Bird we're gonna use Thunder Punch because it's the right move. And we have more PP on that move. So yeah, Angry Bird is falling without doing a thing. And the rat is up next, and the rat can damage us potentially with Quick Attack. And yeah, he does that, but that doesn't do anything to us. It's just pathetic damage like it always does. And yeah, up next is a Sand Demon, and the Sand Demon, no more sand for you. Ice Punch for the win. And then we got Hypno. Yeah, we need a chip win. And I'm not sure if we're gonna get it twice in a row. So, yeah. Hypno has Light Screen, Confusion, and Hypnosis, and he's gonna choose between those three. Because his fourth move is Body Slam, so yeah. We'll be lucky enough? I'm not sure. Because the rival gets a crit, and he uses the right move. It could have been worse. But at some point I knew that it was expected. So let's try again. And we're back again at the Hypno. And yeah, this time we're at full HP. He's going for the safe strats. The big brain ones. He's trying to put us to sleep, but hey, Gnosis is only 60% accurate. You should do that too, I've learned it in my Gengar run, so yeah. He misses with that and... ooh, a freeze! Great! And yeah, but we don't really have that much PP left for Ice Punch, and not the other three moves as well. We're gonna have to thaw him, even though I don't really want to. And it's gonna be a reset, I'm telling you. Or not. He's using Light Screen. Nice! And then we get a crit with Thunder Punch, out of all of the punches that we have. Wow! That's super cheap, but it's a win, as lucky as it may be. I'm glad that it's finally behind us. We won't get to see this Hypno up until the mid-game. Now we're gonna think about that when that will happen, so yeah. Let's go and fight Surge. Surge is using X Speed, yeah. Classic Surge moves. Even though he already outspeeds us, but hey, I won't bother him. and we're trying to use some ice punches. But we don't get the freeze that we want because he's always using the power of stab, and yeah, our measly 35 base special is always getting in the way, and yeah. That's a loss because of critical hits from the Raichu. Great. We even lose to Surge. What is up with this run? Okay, let's try again. But, oops, I forgot to use the Ether. Yeah, classic speedrunner's moves. Gotta go fast. But I burned the Raichu, and I was so close to win, but I had 0 PP left, and because I'm forced to use Struggle, yeah, I have to reset again because it's against the rules. Okay, 3rd time is the charm. I'm pretty sure about that. Yeah, if you thought the 3rd time is the charm, no, not the 4th one, not the 5th one. It took me about 5 or 6 attempts to get by Surge. Do I even hear what I'm saying? Surge was supposed to be so easy. A lot of things aren't supposed to be that bad, then they become bad in this run. I don't even know how to feel about this run. But anyways, we got saved by Raichu's stupidity to use Growl all over the place, even though he cuts our speed in half, he uses Stab. I'm glad the Surge is so random that even on Red, and after we've missed 2 attacks in a row, we're good. So, let's sum up what we got here. So the early game is almost over. We got 1/3 of the game under our pockets, but the results aren't that good. We got 8 resets, we're on level 31, and it took us more than half an hour to finish this portion of the game. Yeah, the mid-game is not gonna be that favorable for us, and nor does the end game. Let's hope that Erika won't be that bad, and Rock Tunnel won't be that bad. Only time will tell. In the meantime, let's take Bluey to a walk, and let's dig out of the Diglett's cave, and this time I won't forget to take the bike. So, let's get this tree and go to fight the Rapping Lass, and see how that goes. Okay, here comes the Rapping Lass. And like the name says, yeah, she decides to be all trolly today. She uses Stun Spore, and yeah, our speed is cut in half. But at least we can get dispose of the Oddish, and then Bellsprout decides, might as well steal all your speed with growth. Yeah, I don't know how this glitch works, but whenever you're paralyzed and the other opponent is using a stat boosting move, yeah, your speed is going down to almost 0. I mean 1. Even Slowbro can lap at us and move really slowly and be still first. So yeah, we're not getting anywhere because this Bellsprout knows it. And he uses Wrap, and it lasts forever. Yeah, after almost knocking us out, Bellsprout decides to take care of himself and use Growth once again, and yeah, this time I won't miss. And the Oddish is out too, but the other Bellsprout could be really trolly if he uses Wrap. Never mind. Yeah, after that, we don't have major difficulties, but, you know, that's me. Yeah, I like bumping into trainers, especially if they're random, and this time, I didn't reset because minimum battles is not even an option in this challenge, so yeah, might as well collect the XP that I could have got. Let's go and fight the Cool Hiker. Maybe we can get some, you know, some easy victory, or so I hope. Let's see how that goes. This time the Cool Hiker decides to focus more on his training and lets us win. He got Geodudes, and they're both weak to special attacks, and the Graveler, we always knock it out, but he misses with Rock Throw. Even if he was hitting us with Rock Throw, it's gonna be a pathetic damage. So, yeah, thank you Cool Hiker for the easy win. I'll be really missing that throughout the whole run. And yeah, this is Rock Tunnel for now. And then I went to buy some stuff from the department store. You know, all of the usual stuff. The Pokédoll, the fresh water, some repels, and then I've met my trusty old birdie friend. Bird, the Doduo. But Bird the Doduo didn't really like the idea of getting inside the bowl and do whatever I say for the rest of his life, so he posed us some trouble, but not out of the usual, you know? So, yeah. And then I thought, yeah, Erika is a special trainer with special Pokemons. My Fire Punch is not gonna do that much. I'm gonna be needing this rare candy from the Rocket Hideout, so I went to the Rocket Hideout and gained some experience. We went to train at Erica's gym, and yeah, I got 2 resets because of Rap. Yeah, you know I hate this move. Yeah, Grass type could be trolly at some point, but yeah, we're not giving up on this. But we've gained some pretty much good levels. We're at level 37, and I think that we're ready for Erica. Well, it's Erica time. And for a change, I'm not that scared because I have twice the firepower, and on top of that I got ice, so Saitama is the best. And we even out speed, which is kind of great, but we don't quite knock the Tangela out, so it replies with Absorb. Yeah. Oh, Tangela. Your special is bad as ours. Join the club. We get jackets. Next up is Whipping Bell. And Whipping Bell has all of the powders, and it can mess our plan very much. Even got the burn. Ooh, that's great. And yeah, Whipping Bell is out. But Gloom can cooperate with us? Yeah, he can. If he's not gonna use sleep powder, that is. Saitama, wake up! He's using acid! And he even got the defense drop! I mean, come on! Oh, come on! I have Fire Punch! That is not supposed to be happening right now. We don't wake up, and yeah, our remaining hit point is all gone. So, okay, let's try again. Oh, this time Tangela is using one of the best moves in the game. Constrict! And it doesn't get the speed drop. Ooh. Okay, get a burn instead and just get out. Okay, Whipping Bell is up next. But Whipping Bell has decided to be all trolly this time, and it goes for the paralysis. And ooh, you know what that means, because paralysis could be really annoying when it cuts your speed in half. And it doesn't stop with acid. Come on. And the paralysis always gets in our way, and we're not left with much to work with. And oh, we can't get the freeze, which was my ultimate plan, the ultimate cheese. And yeah, no luck this time. So let's try again. Well, this time things are pretty different, because Tangela decides to go with Vine Whip. Yeah, he decided to whip us, but nothing's gonna work for him because yeah, special stat is really bad. He wants to show us that he can drop our speed, but no, it's not gonna happen today, and I'm feeling pretty lucky. Even though I'm kind of bruised, but we need some luck with the Whipping Bell. Maybe a freeze will work? And Whipping Bell is trying to paralyze us, but it fails. Ooh yeah! But we're giving him a status instead, and it's the burn. Serves you right. You can't attack us, and you can't do anything to Saitama. Only one Fire Punch to the win, and it goes down. Gloom is up next. Can we fish a freeze? Can we do this? But Gloom decides to go with Poison, because Poison will do damage slowly but surely. But that's not enough, because, well, Gloom is the last Pokemon that Erica got, so it can't do anything to us. Even though it uses acid and drops our defense, that doesn't matter because he's already gone. Finally! I never thought that Erica is gonna be that bad. I mean, 3 attempts to get by Erica. And Erica is not that all powerful, and we even had some incredible moves against her that can status her Pokemon. Now you finally realize Hitmonchan's base special is bad. It's even worse than Rhydon's. Well, at least Rhydon has some large move pool in the special department, while Hitmonchan only got 3 moves. And they're not that all powerful when it comes out of that 35 base special. So with that said, Rival 4 is up next. And that Rival 4 is no joke. That Hypno has a ton of psychic moves that were gonna make us cry and bleed in this challenge without a freeze. And I'm not sure that in the current level I'm gonna do as well. So we need to grind. Like seriously grind, guys. So I went to Sylph and tried my best at, figuring out that I can't enter Sylph yet because I haven't completed the Pokemon Tower plot. So yeah. The only place that we can actually use for some training before Rival 4, well, you've guessed it. It's the fighting dojo. Well, in the dojo, it's gonna be kind of free experience, but not all that much. If we're gonna have bad luck against one of them, yeah, some things could go wrong. Well, actually, the Karate King, kind of kicked me out with his Hitmonlee, so, but like RNG in Gen 1, some attempts don't just go all that well, and it's okay. This time, Hitmonlee goes down, and I get myself hit the Hitmonlee, and go straight to Rival 4. We are lightning fast to punch the bird, and the bird is trying to do the same to us, but never really gets the paralysis, which is kinda lucky. And it goes down with our fast lightning punch. Next up is the new addition to the Rivals team, which is Vulpix. Why Vulpix, you ask? Well, that Hypno, he kind of crushed us in the lab, so the game is gonna give the Rival the rest of the Vaporeon team, so yeah. Well, we're faster than it is, so it's kind of cool. Even though, half of its HP is already gone, I wouldn't say that I was expecting a one-shot, or is it? Oh, Rival! Some ST are playing there! He's using Roar, which has no effect in Gen 1. Well, good job. Good job going down like that. Next up is the little magnet, which is Magnemite. And Magnemite is kind of stupid, which is good for us. Come on, you could have used Stab, and just finish us off. Aren't you supposed to be, smarter with the good AI? I'm never gonna get it. I just love Gen 1 jank. Now we're gonna face that scary thing. And if you're gonna look at Hypno's sprite, it's kinda laughing at us, patronizing. He knows because you know why? I gave him Psychic, and he's gonna use it all the way. And we can't survive another hit like this. We're on red. I thought we were gonna die, which is good job, Saitama. Friendship confirmed in Gen 1? No, he's using Hypnosis, and it misses. That's great. That means that we can use Ice Punch again and hope for the freeze. Yeah, I didn't got that. Okay, I wasn't so sure that I'm gonna get a first try victory, but hey, let's try again. So what about the second try? I wasn't that lucky. Vulpix get the burn, and yeah, I'm on a timer right now. I don't mind that my attack now is cut in half, but even if we got the freeze, 2 HP, and the burn, yeah, we're not getting anywhere. But we don't give up, because third time is a charm. Things play out in the third try, a bit the same like the first one, but this time, Hypno decides to give us a second chance with Light Screen. We get another golden chance to get that freeze. Ooh, that's some big damage. Ooh, and the freeze! Yay! Added to the freeze counter. And that's how we get by Rival 4. The rest of the Pokemon Tower is okay because we're over-leveled and nothing actually poses that much problems because in Pokemon Tower, except for the Ghastly line, everything is using physical damage and Saitama is well prepared for that, so off we go. But currently, we get a choice to make. Koga or Rival 5? I'm not gonna say that Hypno, because Rival 5 not only have Hypno on his team, but a Kadabra. And that Kadabra is scary, and it has Psybeam and Confusion. I'm not sure that even in that level, I'm gonna survive that hit at all without a freeze. And getting 2 freezes in one battle? I'm not sure how it's gonna work. So maybe we should gain some extra levels and get the speed boost? Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Problem is, in Yellow, Koga uses Psychic with the Venonat line, and yeah, that can mess us up pretty bad. But the silver lining is they're not using Stab, which means we can survive a hit or two. I'm gonna do some careful planning. I'm gonna use the valuable XP that I got on Cycling Road, then head up to the Safari Zone, and hope that I could get by the mandatory jugglers. Yeah, because they have Drowsy and Kadabra too. I'm starting to think that Koga is not the poison type master like he says he is. I'm starting to think that Koga is a wannabe Sabrina fan because he's using psychic types on poison Pokemon. In Yellow, that is, but hey. Okay, let's see how that goes. Maybe the jugglers won't be that bad. After all the training that we've done some in Sylph, we've done some in the Cycling Road, we've managed to get into a fine level of level 53. Could it be enough to make a difference with Koga? Because I had so many resets, and with the power of editing, I'm not gonna show all of these failed attempts. I had so many resets against the mandatory jugglers, so even gaining some experience from, their psychic types wasn't an easy job at any means. Even after training itself and training with water types, with the swimmers south of Fuchsia City. We're at Koga's, and I'm not sure how it would go. All I can do is hope for the freeze, and hope for some crits from some high roll crits, even at that current level. And I'm not even sure that we're gonna outspeed the third Venonet, which is gonna be a hell of a problem to overcome. So, it's Koga time, right? For Koga, I have a long shot plan. Spamming Fire Punch all over the place, and then for the Venomoth, fish for a freeze as fast as possible. But, Koga has good AI, and all of his Pokemon has Psychic and Psybeam. So, yeah, Saitama cannot take that much hits from Psychic. Slowly but surely, no matter how strong our punches are, we're not left with much to work with, and Venonet 3 finishes off really, really quickly. Koga mops the floor with us, and we get nothing against him, like nothing. So I try with this plan for like 8 times. Guys, seriously, sometimes when I got to the Venomoth, things weren't that good for us because we were trying to fish for a freeze, but we were not left with much to work with. So even if he's gonna use Psybeam or Psychic, Saitama is not going to take this very well. So when I mean that I need a little bit of luck, there is something that Koga can do to lose a turn, and it would be fantastic for us. And that's spamming X items. In the case of Koga, X attack. So every time he's gonna use an X item, he's gonna lose a turn. And that's what we're looking for. But let's keep on hoping. Maybe one of the Venonets or the Venomoth will gonna use this at some point. Koga is Koga after all. He has his red and blue moments. So Venonet decides to attack with Psychic. Oh no. Maybe he's gonna use X attack in the next turn. Or maybe not, because we're outspeeding. Well, what about Venonet 2? No X speed and a Psybeam, which is... I'll deal with that. What about Venonet 3? Can we outspeed that thing? We can, but here's a Psychic. We're only left with 6 HP for the Venomoth. Guys, there's no way in hell we're gonna do that. Or so I thought at that time. Because I got a freeze! Oh, poor Venomoth. Wow, I never thought I'm gonna get a freeze. Really, I didn't really thought that the game was gonna surprise me like this. Not like this. So, here we go. We got our speed badge boost. We actually earned it in a very, very lucky way. What are we planning to do right now? Now that I got 3 badge boosts, and one of the important badge boosts for a solo run, which is the badge boost for speed, I could do Rival 5, but let's face it, no, it's really scary because this time he has Substitute, even though we're really, really close to level 55, which is gonna make an immensely change in our damage rounding, because in Pokemon, according to the damage formula, levels that are ending with 0, 5, 3, and 8 do a lot of damage when a Pokemon is in this level. So I'm not sure that level 55 is gonna be really good for the Hypno, and this time the rival has Kadabra, and Kadabra could be fast, so Kadabra could eliminate us before we even get to the Hypno. So what could we really do? Even if we're gonna get the most luckiest win against Rival 5, the point is that Sabrina is next, and she is the Psychic Master, the true Psychic Master. So maybe we should go to Blaine and get our last badge boost, the badge boost of Special. So I head to Pallet Town, heal at my mom, I go and fight some additional trainers. But I get to pick my own additional training. What do I mean by that? Well, you see, on the way to Cinnabar Island, we got tons of swimmers and fishermen, and you know what that means. Some more stat experience to our special stat. Maybe the other stats are gonna get boosted as well. but I want some more stat experience for special. Especially because I don't use vitamins on my runs, so maybe that could help us to have some extra bulk for the late game, because we're really getting very close. And the end game is filled with special attackers everywhere. So Saitama is gonna bulk up in terms of special. So I battle most of the trainers in the sea that surrounds Cinnabar Island, the fishermen with the Staryu and Starmie, and some trainers with Cloyster, Tentacruel. After all of this training, I'm at level 55, and I'm not that positive that I can win against Blaine, because Blaine has fire types, and I get nothing against them. One of my moves are, actually, technically two of my moves are resisted, even though it's the same move, by his Pokémon. So, what are we gonna do? This calls for a freeze, right? I hope that I could win without using that cheap strategy of mine of using the freeze. Ninetales is up first, and Ninetales, as you know, is pretty fast, and it can tank out special attacks from our measly 35 base special. Yeah, I know I'm repeating myself, but look at that damage! Look at it! Look at it! 6-hit KO with our Thunder Punch. And if you ask why I don't use Ice Punch, yeah, the reason is pretty obvious. Maybe we're gonna need that for the Fire Horse, or maybe we're gonna need it for the Arcanine, so might as well hold on to that. So at the very least, Blaine kind of forgets about Confuse Ray, and it didn't really use that. We can attack freely. So up next is the Fire Horse, and yeah, the Fire Horse is really rapid. It kind of screams at us because probably it knows about our bat boosts. Who cares if it's gonna reduce or increase our attack, because our other stats got the boost and that's what we need. So I'm trying to switch between Ice Punch and Thunder Punch because I don't want to see a stab move. One stab move and we're done. So yeah, and that stab move is Fire Spin, and Fire Spin can trap us, and we don't want to be outsped by the Rapid Horse. But thankfully enough, he only loves Stomp, so yeah, our defenses are really good. So what about our Arcanine? Currently, we're on low orange, so Arcanine can potentially use Reflect and waste a turn, but it can also use Fire Blast and finish everything. So I wonder what it's gonna be. Fire Blast? Or a bit of hope. So Arcanine decides to go with Leer. What is up with this game? Hey Arcanine, thanks for being cool. Now get yourself prepared for a freeze. Oh, that's a good boy. Keep on not moving so I could win, okay? A first try victory! We didn't got that ever since Brock! Nice one, Saitama! I guess that the One Punch Man routine is kind of helping Saitama out. Currently, we're finishing the mid-game. And currently, the mid-game doesn't look all that bad. We are on 26 resets ever since the run started, and we're at level 55. It only took us about an hour and a half in real time, which is perfectly fine for this challenge. You go, Saitama! So me and Saitama are kind of celebrating at the moment. But now, we're heading off to the most difficult part of the run. Rival 5, Rival 6, Giovanni, and Sabrina. And don't forget about the league too. Nothing is gonna be easy for us. So, can the freeze help us this time? Probably, but let's ask a different question. How long it's gonna take us to win? The Sand Demon is up first, and he's notorious for making everyone's run really miserable by ruining their accuracy and throwing sand in their faces. So this time is gonna be the last time that he's gonna do this in this run, and he misses. So yeah, I love seeing Senedek misses. It's so satisfying. Now, off you go. Next up is the Big Magnet, and the Big Magnet decides to go with an old-fashioned attack, Sonic Boom. Well, Sonic Boom is a set damage move, so every time that the Magneton is gonna use that move, we're gonna lose 20 HP. Yeah, in the long run, it's not that good, but it's better than being statused. We even get a crit with Fire Punch, and the magnet goes on their way. Next up is Ninetales. Well, this Ninetales has Stab, even though it's only Amber, but have you looked at our stats? The Amber could be really critical, especially when it gets a critical hit, and we're near by the end. But then again, Ninetales decide not to attack, and we're good to go. Kadabra is up next, and every hit, no matter what that Kadabra would do, other than reflect, it's a reset for us. So yeah, maybe it's time for candies. So I'll see you in a bit after we're gonna get to level 58. Okay, there we go again, and this Sandyman is up for another Ice Punch, and the rival decides to use Potion. Yeah, genius move you got there, rival. Like, really good. You should keep it up. Like, do it for the Kadabra, for example. Not for that thing. That could help a lot. Thanks. But the rival does what he wants to do, and he decides to go with the Big Magnet, and the Big Magnet decides to go with the Big Range Threats with Supersonic. What a great move. It's really accurate, like 55% of the time, and it fails like it usually does. But the Magnet is using Sonic Boom, and yeah, it's all done. Next up is the Fox, and right now, this kinda looks good. We're almost at full HP, and maybe the Ninetales will cooperate, and yeah, Ninetales decides not to attack, and no stab this time. And Ninetales was really cute by giving us some badge boosts near by the end, so maybe we should outspeed the Kadabra. Kadabra does us some big damage with Confusion, and I'm not sure that we're gonna survive. We survive, but no freeze. It doesn't matter that he used Psybeam, because we're knocked out. Well, I managed to get back to the Kadabra, and this time I had some additional tail whips from the Ninetales, so I'm hoping to be a little bit faster and a little bit stronger. Oh yeah, we got a crit with Ice Punch. Okay, no freeze, but hey, I'll take this. For the first time, we're finally proceeding to the Hypno. And yeah, you could probably see that. No freeze. He's trolling us with Light Screen. We're doing some pathetic damage. We're denying the inevitable. And that's another reset. Well, what about the next try? Yeah, we got some paralysis from the Magneton. And no, I'm not doing this. Not all over again. My speed is cut in half. We're not gonna outspeed even the Ninetales. So, yeah. You know, when you're mentally prepared that you're gonna lose, you'll never know when luck is gonna come in your way. And yeah, it comes in our favor, and we got the best RNG ever because we got a crit, and Hypno is almost done. And guess what it is? It's a freeze! And guess what the rival does? Some Gen 1 jank moments, the best Gen 1 moment ever, using a potion. What a great way to lose, rival. Now that the rival is history for now, the Rockets won't do that much problems to us, so we can chill for a moment and think, what are we gonna do with Sabrina? Hoping for luck and hoping that everything is gonna turn out in the best way ever for us. So, after a quick toss to Sabrina, I've realized I'll probably need more firepower when it comes to the special department. So I've decided to take all of the experience in her gym and apply it to our special stat. This way, I could say that I have some strategy behind my luck. Or so I'm supposed to say. Let's see how Sabrina goes. With Sabrina, things are kind of difficult. Why is that? We got Kadabra and we got Alakazam. Now both of them are pretty fast. And both of them have Psy-Kick. They could always use Psy-Wave, but we can never really know. Abra is never a problem and never an issue because for some reason he spams Teleport throughout all of the run. And sometimes there's an X-Defend but no Flash for some odd reason. So we don't get the badge boost today from Flash. But at the very least, our accuracy is intact, so even if Alakazam is spamming Reflect or using an X-Defend, the next turn could be our last. Like you could see in here, Psychic is finish us off completely. We're definitely over-leveled for this portion of the game, so what do I even expect? But the silver lining for this fight is I could get a freeze on both of them, on the Kadabra and on the Alakazam. It's a long shot, but it could happen. Like in the successful attempt after 4 times. Here is my lucky solution. So, we actually got a freeze on the Kadabra, And on the Alakazam, yeah, she decides to use Recover and stall with Recover. The more turns we're gonna get, the chance is growing and growing and growing for us to get the freeze. And we actually did, which is kind of a clutch. I told you, the cheap way to win is the only way to win, or with a nice amount of crits. I mean guys, a Hitmonchan using the worst stats, what did you expect? And with only 3 moves, and one of them could freeze, anyone could have used that. I mean, it's a matter of time before we're gonna get that, but I never thought it was gonna be, like, really soon. But hey, now that Rival 5 and Sabrina are gone, it's time to take a step back and enjoy and relax at Giovanni's gym, because, let's face it, we're not the only Pokemon with the worst stats ever of special attack. Giovanni's Pokemon are filled with that, and they don't like ice at all. Like, at all. The only problem we're gonna have is with the Persian. He could be trolly with Double Team, but I think with a bit of luck, Giovanni is nothing to Saitama. So, let's jump on to the Giovanni fight and see how that goes. Giovanni opens with the Sausage Fest, and Sausage Fest decides to go with the Power of Stab, but that's some pathetic damage you get there. So, basically, with Ice Punch, Sausage Fest is going back to the refrigerator, so who is up next? The Persian. And Persian can be very trolly because he has Double Team, but this time he's using Payday? I mean, hello? Yeah, what about Double Team? Maybe Game Hook is, making the game go haywire, so, who knows? I'll take that for now. And then, we decide to go with Thunder Punch, but then again, the Persian is using Slash. Ooh, that's some big damage! Oh, come on, game. Don't mess this up for me. And then again, we're backing on our punches, and finally, that cat is out. Up next is Nidoqueen, and Nidoqueen decides not to chit-chat with us and uses Body Slam. And no paralysis, but we got nothing left. 6 HP for the rest of Giovanni's team doesn't seem that viable. But I got nothing for the Nidoking, and the Nidoking can outspeed us. Ooh, but Giovanni is using Guard Spec. Nice playing, Giovanni, well played. Ooh, a lucky freeze. Will it be the same with Rhydon? Yeah. Yeah, basically, we got another freeze, guys. Okay, add them both to the counter. So, with only 6 HP left, and a ton of luck from the game, Giovanni was a first try victory. And I'm not looking back, so I'm gonna save, because Rival 6 is gonna be brutal. And, spoiler alert, I got stuck at Rival 6. So, yeah, I thought that I'm gonna have about 100 resets at that point. That's what happened, like it did with my test. And in my test run, I got the win after 150 resets. So I thought of, yeah, maybe my levels won't be enough for this point. I'll need to be over leveled. But in which level the rival is gonna be easy, like doable. So I've decided on big brain strats. So guess what I did? Blackout training. So yeah, I'm gonna use the rival as an additional battle. Every time I'm gonna keep this XP, I'm gonna count it as an additional battle, but I get easy XP, that's one advantage, and I'll get to use all of my money, so I won't lose anything, and I'll have everything that I need for the league. So I won't need the money that I'm gonna make from Rival 6, because I know that I'm gonna lose a ton. So, let's get this session going. The Sand Demon is up first, and the Sand Demon has Fury Attack instead of Sand Attack, which is kinda fine because he can be as angry as he'd like, but Ice Punch is gonna make a quick job of the Sand Demon, and he's out. He's never a problem and never an issue. So, let's meet up the new addition to the team, the Broken Eggs. Is it eggs or is it coconuts? I don't really know what exactly it is supposed to be, but Execute has the Psychic typing and a Grass typing. And you know what that means? Yeah, you saw that one. Leech Seed. So now we're on a timer, and it's not really in our favor, but we usually take our time because our attacks are really kind of not that strong, even though they are super effective. Up next is Magneton, and Magneton decides to go into another direction of confusing us and then status us. So yeah, even though we status the Magneton with a burn, So we're both on a counter, but Magneton is faster, and Magneton is using Stab. And it's done for us. And it's one attempt out of many, because at some point, I could have got to the Kadabra, but the Kadabra would finish me off because I had almost 0 HP to work with, so Kadabra was out of the question. Well, while the failed attempts are playing out, I'll tell you a little story about this run. So, funny story. Well, this run kinda took a long time to make, and all because of technical difficulties, or that's how I would put it. So, what happened to my first run? So basically I've done a test run, and I got to the champion, and I realized, yeah, minimum battles won't work, even though for the early game we can possibly do that. But we're getting walled at the mid game, at the end game, and even after 4 hours, and 156 resets, I couldn't finish the challenge. I thought it was all over. So I decided after a day or two, when I was thinking what could I do, well, I got to sit and do another run. But the problem is that Hitmonchan was getting knocked out at some trainer, I think in Erica's gym. I was getting wrapped so bad that it was a slow, painful death. And I had my other HM slaves to make them black out. So the funny thing is, GameHook, the software which I use to modify my moves and modify the rivals' moves, is actually using the space of your current moves and show these punches. So every HM Pokemon that I had all of the punches. Like, it's kind of funny to see at the duo using Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, and Fire Punch. I wonder how it uses these punches. Like with its beak or something. That was crazy, but I was kind of like, no, I need to reset those moves, I can't really use them like that. So I tried to, you know, in the middle of battle, trying to turn these features off, but then the spaghetti code couldn't handle that, and I had a strange screenshot of, your save file has been corrupted. All the screen was colored purple. So yeah, this is the first time, I swear, this is the first time that I ever got in, that I had that kind of a screen displayed on my computer screen. So in any Pokemon run that I did, even as a casual player, yeah. So what about the third one? Well, the third one and the fourth one and the fifth one had the same issue. Because this run was super intense when it comes to routing, I had to think about a lot of things. Where to train, what to do, what kind of moves to use. So, yeah, as you probably know, I'm more of a casual player, so I don't really think about it all that much. But Saitama was requiring this, so basically I was trying to kind of optimize the run. But problem is, because these runs were super intense, like I had too many resets and I didn't know what to do, it was super frustrating, then I used to kind of divide the mid game and the end game. But the problem is, whenever I was trying to do other stuff while the game is paused and stuff like that, yeah, the counter decided to reset itself. I mean the real-time counter or the reset counters. After all of this work, I've realized that it was on 0 and I was like, that won't look good, and if I'll have to fix that on post, might as well do another run. So this one is actually run number 6. So, did I get the luck that I needed? Let's just move forward a little bit. Maybe here? Right here. So, after spending about 1 hour, I finally got this. So, here's how it plays out. The Sand Demon gets punched in the face, and so does the broken coconut eggs, or whatever, they're getting punched in the face too. With Magneton, I go for the freeze, and fortunately we don't get it. And he uses the power of Stab, Thunder Shock, And thankfully, no paralysis. So we can actually move on, outspeed, and even get a crit. And he is getting punched in the face too. Next up is Ninetales. And guess what? Ninetales decided to give us a free turn, and he's getting punched in the face. And then he decides to go with, really, level 6. Like, the next fight you're gonna be a champion, and you're still using that move? Like, for real. So, moving on, we get the Kadabra. With Kadabra, the plan is different. We'll need to fish for a freeze, and we're gonna need it fast. As long as we're gonna get what we want, Kadabra is no issue. He decides to go with Reflect, which is really, really good. And a nice punch, and we don't get a freeze. Oh no, Psychic! No! No! And we survive. But our special is dropped. Now we're gonna do next to nothing to the Kadabra and the Hypno. And I'm not sure that we're gonna survive. Unless it's gonna use Reflect like an idiot again. Well, thanks, Kadabra. That was super, super nice. No freeze. And Kadabra is out. What about the Hypno? Well, the Hypno this time has 4 different moves. All of them are Psychic types, so the good AI must choose one of them. We got Rest, we got Light Screen, Psychic, and Hypnosis. Well, Hypno is no joke, so it's time for the Ice Punch. And no freeze. Wow, he's using Rest. Well, maybe that buys us some time. Not the best outcome out there, but okay, I'll take it. So, for some reason, I'm stuck with Ice Punch. Well, Ice Punch has only 15 PP, so yeah, I'll need to keep that in mind. So I decided to go with Thunder Punch instead. Because, anyways, he's protected from status because he's snoozing right now. So, yeah, let's hope he will be stupid and waste the time. Ice Punch! Yeah! A crit! And a big one, that's some big damage that we got there. Haha. And we're going with the Ice Punch again? And another crit! I mean, RNG is on our side. It's Light Screen, and it's not that bad because we get a crit. Oh man. No freeze, not on the Kadabra, and not on the Hypno. And after so long, we've managed to get by this wall. Finally, we're on 2 hours and 52 minutes. Guys, this is crazy. Rival 6 took me about what Gengar did for a whole run. And Gengar did it even faster than this. This is insane. I'm on 65 resets. And the 5 last trainers, they're gonna be tough. They are special walls. They know what they're doing, or some of them are, and I'm not sure how long it would take us to actually win this run. Only one way to find out. She leads with Dugong, but we're overleveled and we have speed. And he decides to go for the rest, so snooze well, my friend, because you're dead. Up next is the Cloyster. And as you know, Cloyster is special. Yeah, he can join the club too of low specials, so yeah. We almost snuck it out, but he decides to be very trolly and decides to go with Supersonic. But it doesn't matter, Cloyster is out. Next up is the Big Bro. He's so into amnesia that he forgot to even attack. So, yeah, and we're out with the confusion, so thank you, bro. And for Jinx, we have something special. A Fire Punch. He decides to slap us in our faces, but our defenses are too high, so yeah, he goes down too. Up next is Lapras, and Lapras can be very trolly with Confuse Ray. But she decides to go with the Power of Stab. We're the One Punch Man. And it's done. That crit was, coming in handy. Up next is He Who Shall Be Not Named. and I know that he doesn't belong there. Hey there, someone! Can you take this imposter out? I think he's in the wrong place. He's supposed to be in the rock tunnel. Where is the true Elite Four member? Never mind. He goes down too. Agatha is next. All of our Pokemons control us in different ways. Arbok can use Glare, Golbat can use Wing Attack, even though it could be annoying if it was paired with, Confuse Ray, and Sleep, and Dream Eater, and Psychic. Yeah, she got it all. How are we supposed to win like this? She leads with Gengar, and Gengar decides to go with Dream Eater. Maybe she's into good AI too. Yeah, Thunder Punch for you too. Then she decides to swap to Golbat for some odd reason. But he gets zapped again. And he's using Haze, which means nothing to us because we don't have badge boosts. So, yeah, off you go. And she swaps again to Gengar. And the Gengar gets zapped again. And up next is Hunter. We decide to conserve our PP, so I'm using Fire Punch for a change. And Hunter decides to go with Nightshade. Then he decides to troll us with some Hypnosis. Oh no. She's probably gonna use that Dream Eater again. But she swaps to Arbok. Nah, I'm sure that she knows what she's doing, giving us these badge boosts left and right with Screech. I mean, thank you, Arbok. Then she decides to swap again to Hunter. And, we're awake and we're fully boosted. So, you know what that means. Hunter's going down. And Arbok? Yeah, buddy. You're going down too. And then we got Gengar. Well, the last Gengar, unlike the first one, has Psychic. We don't want to be hit by that. Let's bank on Freeze. Gengar decides to be stupid with Dream Eater. What is up with everyone? And then a turn after we get the Freeze, and you know what that means. Agatha was easy peasy. With some luck involved, and currently we don't have some resets. I thought that the Elite Four is gonna be a tremendous wall to get through, so... Up next is Lance. But... I'm fully prepared. I know that Game Hook is kind of messing up the game, so... I'm gonna show you both of the footage. I'm gonna try to win against Birdkeeper Lance and the Dragon Master Lance. So, let's start with the hardcore Birdkeeper Lance because it's, fun. He opens with Gyarados, and Gyarados, as you know, is quadruple weak to some thunders. So, yeah, let's punch him in the face. Up next is Dragonair. And yeah, we have a super effective move. Oh, we got some bad RNG with that. I mean, he hangs on 1 HP. Lance decides to waste his turn and use a Hyper Potion, but hey, you're just delaying the inevitable. So, Dragonair 2 falls in the same way. Up next is Aerodactyl, and Aerodactyl can be very, very problematic. Because it's faster than us, can use crit as long as you'd like. But then again, we outspeed, because we're over-leveled. And we're using Ice Punch, but it's not quite enough. But he's using Takedown. And you're getting punched in the face too. And up next is Dragonite. And boy, that thing is really, really strong. But you can't really attack us, right? Birdkeeper Lance. So that was Birdkeeper Lance. So let's rewind that and see what would have happened when he's gonna use the updated moveset of Pokémon Yellow. The Gyarados falls in the same way, and yeah, we're gonna move into the Dragonair. This time the Dragonair has some thunder moves. Well, I guess that today we're not gonna see that because we get a crit. Up next is a Dragonair with Bubble Beam and Ice Beam. And Dragonair is hanging on the sliver. It uses Ice Beam. And thankfully we're not frozen, so up he goes too. Aerodactyl is up next. And boy, that thing is scary because he has Stab with Fly and it's faster than us. That could be very, very problematic unless he's frozen and he can do a thing. Off we go to the Dragonite, and Dragonite is almost down because of a crit, but Lance decides to go with the Hyper Potion and waste himself some turns by doing that. And even Dragon Master Lance can't handle the One Punch Man, Saitama. The league has been up to this point some smooth sailing, But I'm not really that sure that the champion is gonna kind of agree with that. He's not gonna handle us the win. We're gonna need to earn it. He opens up with the Sand Demon, and we get a crit on this one. Easy peasy. Up next is Alakazam. Yeah. Maybe we could get a freeze on that one? Nope. Even gets a crit. That's a reset. Well, guys, because Alakazam, unlike Kadabra, is faster, stronger, and it comes second. And then you got Executor, which Executor could be very, very trolly with Hypnosis, and I'm not using Mimic in this run. On the 19th floor reset, I actually got to the Hypno, and we only got these punches. So let's go with Freeze. Hypno doesn't do mistakes, and yeah, we're gone. But we're gonna be back again. I grinded this fight, guys, for so long. You know, I even got prepared mentally because for the majority of the footage, I mean, ever since that we got from Pallet Town, I made the number in the reset counter very small because I knew I'm gonna get a triple digit reset. And then on the 125 reset, we had a miracle. So let's see how that goes. He opens up with Sand Demon, and Sand Demon this time decided to be a super troll, and he gets a crit with Poison Sting. But we don't get poisoned, and he goes down too. Up next is Alakazam, and Alakazam gets frozen on the first turn. And what about Executor? Yeah, frozen eggs. Get out. The Fiery Fox decides to go with some boosts, and he swings his tail and gives us some mental and physical boosts. And he goes down too. What about Magneton, you say? Well, he got burned, and he's using physical attack. Well, that was a bad move, champion. And we're finally back with no status, green health, to the Hypno. Hypno is using Light Screen, and yeah, we get the freeze. Oh yeah! Even though I've used some cheesy techniques in order to get this win, but hey, the nightmare is over, and we finally can crown ourselves as the champions of the Kanto region, with only a mediocre Hitmonchan, with only the elemental punches. Guys, that was a crazy ride. I mean, it took me about almost 4 hours to get in here, and I was so sure that I will get a 5 hours time. That was my initial bet. Saitama, I'm proud of you. We did it together. On game time, we got 9 hours and 5 minutes. And we finished the game at level 83, with ton more additional battles than we have expected, but hey, we've battled every single trainer in this entire region to get this win. The moral of the story is, you'll need a lot of luck to do this challenge, to get by all of these hardships throughout the mid and late game. And if you look at that freeze counter, it was ton of luck involved in there. But hey, I had fun.
You know, in the YouTube realm, things are kind of different. In the Pokémon realm, you can only carry 6 Pokémon, but in the YouTube realm, you can catch as many as you like, and they follow you everywhere. Well, these Pokémons are called subscribers, so I gotta catch everything I see. Well, you, my powerful ally, will join me on the journey, on this long journey of collecting the YouTube badges, and maybe someday I will become the champion of the YouTube region? Currently I'm trying to do my best at collecting the first badge, the 100 subscribers badge. So, will you help me get to this? You can do it by liking and subscribing this video if you made it this far. So, yeah, it's all up to you. Only you, you, can determine this endless battle. So go ahead and enjoy my journey. Thank you Firesound for providing the awesome art for this video, and thanks to Gunmetal, I have some awesome music, awesome metal music, so thanks for that. And with that said, and remember guys, Have a great day, and remember to stay awesome. That's a really important thing. So, until next time, bye bye!